Hello dear traders and investors. Thank you very much for helping our project. Help forms in the description of this video. Now we will look at the current fundamental indicators of the company Petrobras, PBR, ticker, PBR. Review based on data as of June 20, 2024. By classification Guru.Markets company Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR belongs to the subcategory Oil and Gas. 130 companies take part in the assessment and this is very representative. Let's start with summary information about the company. A little further we will look at each indicator in a little more detail. If necessary, you can pause it. We suggest studying all the parameters of the corporation under study more carefully. Access to the table with the classification of tickers is absolutely free and free. We kindly ask you to share the link to the video with your friends and acquaintances. Well, friends, we will finally begin. Market capitalization of the company Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR is $51.43 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $2,673 billion. Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR accounts for a share of 1.924%. This is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $46.89 billion. The subcategory's balance sheet capitalization is $1,611 billion. Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR accounts for 2.91% share. Comparing the shares of market and balance capitalization, we see the following. Share Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 1.924%. The balance sheet capitalization is 2.91%. This is 51% more than the market value share. Assessment of the company's share of market and balance sheet capitalization in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The organization's debt obligations amount to $35.633 billion. Debt to book value represents 76% of the company's equity. Result on the level of the company's financial liabilities. Tolerable, 0 points. The ratio of the company's market value to its profit 4. The subcategory average is 10, which is 60% lower than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's market value to profit indicators in comparison within the subcategory. Very good, 2 points. Profits for the last 12 months amounted to $22,317 million. Future earnings for the coming 12 months are tentatively expected to be $20,815 million. And this is 6.7% less than at the current moment. Assessment of projected future profits in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The company's price-to-revenue ratio is 0.5. The average for subcategory 1, which is 50% lower than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of stock price to revenue indicators in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $99,430 million. Forward revenue for the coming 12 months is expected to be $92,740 million. Which is 7% less than the current figure. An assessment of projected future sales volumes in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The sales margin is 22.5%, with an average for the subcategory of 9.7%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 12.7%. Marginality assessment in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 5.72%, which is 197% more than the share of market capitalization. And this shows the discrepancy between the current market price of the organization Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR, rather towards underestimation. The amount of market capital per company employee is equal to $1,100,000. Whereas for the subcategory $3,272,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 66.4%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of profit per individual employee of the company is $477.6 thousand. Average for the subcategory, $328.4 thousand. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 45%. Estimation of profit per company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The share of sales per company employee is $2,128,000. In the subcategory $3,371,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 58%. Estimation of revenue per individual employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The volume of short transactions corresponds to 0.6%. With an average for the subcategory of 4.6%. This is an indicator of the risk of a short squeeze. Technical indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 34% for the company Petrobras PBR. Whereas in the subcategory this level is approximately 41%. On average, securities of the subcategory are quoted higher than Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR. Comparing the dynamics of the company's share price Petrobras, PBR, and subcategory companies. We can see that over the last 12 months the company's shares Petrobras, PBR, showed a dynamics of 6%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory of 1.8%. This doesn't say anything definitively, but we need to keep this fact in mind. Before announcing the final grade, please write your rating Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR in the comments below. The overall result is 5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 0.8 points. If you look very broadly, within the stock market in the aggregate, you can see that the average result for the stock market in total is 0.4 points. Against the 5-point rating for Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR. Let's look at the order table. It is available to everyone. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all decisions made by the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the assessment Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. Petrobras ADR. Information and Reference Assessment System Guru.Markets. The following decision was made. Do not open a deal due to Petrobras, PBR, not the most undervalued company in the subcategory. Thank you very much to the audience for watching this video and for using the Information and Reference System Guru.Markets. You are all the most excellent audience on the planet.